The episode begins in the ruins of the entertainment district, where Thandro is found unconscious while shielding Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko. Kagaya Bayashiki, the leader of the Hashiras, is told that an upper rank is defeated. He gets overly excited as for the past 100 years, Demon Slayer Corps have not been able to kill an upper rank, but finally they see a change. Kagaya sees it as a good omen and hopes that this news will cause displeasure to the sole blemish on his family, Muzan Kibutsuji. He is determined that they can defeat him during this generation. The scene shifts to the Infinity Castle where the upper rank 3, Akaza, is summoned. Sudden summoning could only mean one thing: an upper rank was killed by the Demon Slayer Corps. During the whole scene with Infinity Castle, the animators flex how good they are. Truly, a cinematic masterpiece. From a pot comes out the upper rank 5, Jako, who pretends to feel nice for meeting Akaza after 90 years. From the stairs emerges the upper rank 4, Hantagu, who corrects Jako that it's been 113 years since they were last summoned. Hantagu shows his distress over the number 113 as it is an odd number and a prime number. Akaza asks the Biwa women, who summon everyone in the Infinity Castle as per Muzan's order, whether Muzan has arrived or not. She tells him that Lord Muzan has not arrived yet, however, upper rank 1 is here. In fact, he was the first one summoned. Akaza is interrupted by Doma, the upper rank 2. Doma has a reckless and childish personality, who likes to mess up with others. The scene shifts to the upper rank 1, Kokushibo. For now, we could only see his maroon hair and sword from the back. Muzan is finally here, who tells them that upper rank 6, Jutaro, has been killed. Doma apologizes to Muzan as he was the one who brought Jutaro. Muzan shares that Jutaro's weakness, Daki, his sister, cost him his life. However, it does not matter anymore. Muzan expresses his anger for the upper ranks and calls them useless for not taking care of Kagaya and Blue Lily yet. Hantagu, who has a cowardly personality, shivers from his fear of Muzan. Gyoko shares that he has information that would please his Lord Muzan. In an instant, Gyoko's head was in Muzan's palm, who tells him to never bring him any unconfirmed news. Muzan tells the upper ranks that he won't be lenient with them anymore and commands Gyoko to head over the place with Hantagu once he confirms the information. With that, Muzan leaves. Doma asks Gyoko for his information, telling him that he wants to tag along. Akaza gets annoyed and slashes half of Doma's head. In an instant, Akaza's hand was sliced off as well by the six-eyed upper rank 1, Kokushibo, who tells Akaza to respect the hierarchy and mind his actions toward his seniors. He suggests Akaza to officially challenge Doma or Kokushibo for promotion. Doma mocks Akaza by saying that he has every right to be upset, given how Doma became a devil after Akaza, yet was promoted over him. Akaza tells Kokushibo that he will kill him and take his rank. Kokushibo is transported back, followed by Akaza. Gyoko and Hantagu were sent off to confirm the information. Lastly, Doma is sent back to his place too, where his disciples are waiting for him. A maroon-haired guy with the same earrings as Thandro is seen sitting in a house holding a baby. The host, who looks exactly like Thandro, maybe someone from his ancestors, apologizes to this guest for making him babysit as his wife is sleeping. The host is Sumiyoshi, who thanks his guest for saving his life before and offers to pass down his surname through his own family, as the maroon-haired guy does not have any hair. Let me remind you that this maroon-haired guy is the same person whom even Muzan is afraid of and has a similar mark on his forehead like Thandro. He tells Sumiyoshi that he failed to protect anything that was dear to him, so passing on his name is worthless. Meanwhile, the dream ends as Thandro wakes up with tears in his eyes because of witnessing the sadness of that guest. Kanao notices that Thandro has finally woken up and tells him that he has been in coma for the past 2 months since his fight with Jutaro and Daki. A man named Godo introduces himself and shares his story. He is a member of Demon Slayer Corps cleanup crew, a Kakushi. When Thandro was first brought to the Hashira meeting, a man said to him that, "Are you gonna sleep all day? Wake the hell up." The man who said that was Godo. He's also the one who found Thandro and others unconscious in the entertainment district 2 months ago. Being younger than him, yet fighting with their lives online, Godo respects Thandro and his friends, excluding Inosuke as he finds him weird. He is walking down the hallway with a tray of premium Castella in his hand, and he is trying too hard not to gobble it up. This Castella is a gift of Thandro. Thandro is known for having a great sense of smell, so with Castella by his side, he might wake up from coma. He enters the room to find a broken vase and gets a bit angry on Kanao. However, he cannot express his anger as she is his senior, not in age but in rank. He cleans up the vase and gets near Thandro's bed, only to find him out of coma already. He lashes out at Kanao and tells her to make a noise as it is a big deal. He calls everyone and announces that Thandro has woken up. Aoi and the triplets rush over immediately. They tell Thandro that Zenitsu woke up the next day they brought them in, and is already out on a mission, against his will of course. The Sound Hashira walk out of the entertainment district with the help of his wives, which was very surprising to Godo, given how injured he was. Awa shares that Inosuke was on the verge of death. Because of all the poison spread in his body, he was in terrible condition. Tanjiro gets sad, telling them that in that case, he must be hallucinating Inosuke stuck on the ceiling above him. They all look up and Inosuke really is stuck on the ceiling, typical Inosuke stuff. Inosuke thanks Tanjiro for noticing him. He jumps on Tanjiro's bed and tells him that he woke up 7 days before him, so he is stronger than Tanjiro. Kyo shows Tanjiro a picture of Honey Badger, who is poison-proof, so it eats up poisonous snakes, and shares that Lady Shinobu said that Inosuke is just like this Honey Badger. Kyo, 1 Inosuke, 0. Inosuke interprets this mockery as a compliment, saying that he is immortal. Goto tells him that he is not immortal, but an idiot. Inosuke gets angry, and he tries to fight with Goto, while Elwa tries to stop him. Kanao is getting bothered by the noise, and the kawaii silent girl shouts at them to be quiet as Tanjiro is asleep. At night, even Chachimaru, Tomeo's cat, visits Tanjiro and is glad that he did not die. A week later, Tanjiro is back on his feet while Inosuke takes on a job and sets out. Meanwhile, Zenitsu is still out on a mission far away, trying to escape, while other court members say that it's like a non-stop racket. Tanjiro starts his rehabilitation training. While training, Tanjiro asks the triplets if his sword has arrived, as his second sword got chipped in the battle Entertainment District. They inform him that no sword came, although he did get some letters from Mr. Haganazuka, his swordsmith. Mr. Haganazuka confessed his feelings and clearly got them to Tanjiro by saying that he has no sword for the likes of him. Among other things, he wrote that he will never forgive him, he hates him, and he will curse him. Kyo suggests Tanjiro to go to the village. Suma and Naho add that it might be better if he meets him directly, rather than writing to him. He gets the approval, and a Kakushi is appointed as his guide. The guide tells him to cover his eyes and ears. As Tanjiro has a good sense of smell, she sticks plugs in his nose as well. Moreover, Tanjiro will be carried on her back. As Swordsmith Village is a vital place to the course, they keep its location a secret to prevent demon attack. Even this lady carrying Tanjiro does not know the location, instead, she is following a crow. After a certain distance, Tanjiro gets passed on to another Kakushi. The routes and Kakushi change several times and even the crows switch too. Like us, Tanjiro is impressed of the smart people and their attention to detail. The guide takes off Tanjiro's blindfold as he has finally reached the Swordsmith Village. She tells him to meet the chief first and guides him on the way to his house. Tanjiro thanks Kakushi for bringing him here. The echoes of his gratitude reach a pretty lady in the hot springs. This pretty pink-haired lady is the love Hashira Mitsuru Kanroji. We see a visual of her getting out of water as the scene shifts back to Tanjiro. The chief of village introduces himself as the smallest and the most important man of the village. He goes by the name Tekken Kawahara. He shares that currently Hotaru Haganazuka, his swordsmith, is missing. Tanjiro finds the name very cute, and the chief tells him that he was the one who named him. However, Hotaru said it was too cute and blasted him. He tells Tanjiro that Hotaru has always been very emotional and it's his fault for forging a faulty sword that broke mid-fight. Once they find him, they will apprehend him and bring him back here, while the person at Chief's back imitates punching. Till they find him, the chief suggested Tanjiro to enjoy his stay here and visit the hot springs that are good at healing wounds. On his way to hot springs, Mitsuri runs to Tanjiro and complains about the rude guy who ignored her when she said hello to him above the stairs. Kawaii Mitsuri cries that all the good vibes from her bath have been cancelled out. However, Tanjiro knows just what would cheer her up. He tells her that dinner tonight is Matsutake rice, and she is overjoyed and runs away. At the spring, Tanjiro gets hit by a tooth. This tooth belongs to the guy in springs with mohawk hairstyle. Tanjiro had seen him before, and Sumi told him that he is the brother of Sanemi Shinazugawa, the Wind Hashira, Genya Shinazugawa. Upon hearing his name, Genya turns around and tells Tanjiro to die. Tanjiro tries to bond with him, but he leaves. Later that night, Tanjiro enjoys the delicious dinner with Mitsuri, who has a pile of empty bowls in front of her. Mitsuri shares that Sanemi told them that he has no siblings, so she suspects that they are on bad terms. Mitsuri tells him that she has 5 siblings, but they all are on good terms, while playing with Nezuko. Tanjiro asks why Genya is not here for dinner, and Mitsuri shares that she heard the villagers saying that he never takes meals. They decide to bring rice balls to him. As they are walking, Mitsuri shares that the sight of rice balls is making her hungry again. Tanjiro asks why she became a Hashira. Her face turns red, and she discloses that she wants to find the gentleman with whom she will be spending eternity. To find someone strong, she thought of Hashiras. To get in touch with a Hashira, she became one herself for easy access, as coming across Hashiras is very rare. Genya was not in the room while Kakushi informs Mitsuri that her sword is ready. Mitsuri tells Tanjiro that she will be leaving during the night, and they might not live to see each other again, but let's fight the good fight. She praises him for fighting an upper rank and surviving. She tells them that Mitsuri Kanroji is rooting for the Kamado siblings. Tanjiro responds that he will work hard to become strong enough to defeat Muzan. This makes Mitsuri and Kakushi skip a heartbeat. Before leaving, she tells him that there's a secret weapon in this village that will make him stronger, so try to look for it. The next morning, after having a delicious breakfast, Tanjiro sets out to find the weapon. In the forest, he sees the missed Hashira Muchiro Tokido, which is trying to take the key from a kid, whereas the kid refuses to hand it, saying that his ancestors made it and is precious to him. Tanjiro notices someone else behind the kid as well, a maroon-haired swordsman with the same earrings as Tanjiro. With that, the amazing first episode comes to an end.